So the first thing we are going to do is to measure out the length. So let's say the length you are using is 25 inches. You're not going to be measuring the entire 25 inches out for this top. You're first going to consider the rope, just like the clothes I'm wearing in this video. How low you want your rope to be. So for this, let's say I use 5 inches. So you're going to remove 5 from 25 inches. That's going to have 20 inches left. So 20 plus 1 inch. That's what I'm going to be using for the length of the main blouse. So that's what I measured out here and I'm cutting out. This fabric is folded into 4 already. So I have both the front and the back here. And I'll be using the entire width of this fabric. Then another important thing to consider is the pattern of the fabric. So because this is a very free top, I'm going to be using the entire width of this fabric. But if you don't want to use the entire width of the fabric, you can just use your bust measurement plus extra 10 inches. So but for this one, I'm using the entire width of the Ankara fabric, which is 45 inches. So on fold, I'm going to be having 22.5. So that's what I'm going to be using here. So the next thing you're going to just do, you can just from the tip you come down by 3 inches or at most 4 inches for the armhole curve. Then come in by 4 inches from the tip. Then just cover out the armhole. For this, I came down by 4 inches because I'm going to be folding in 1 inch for the rope casing. Then I cut it out. After which we separate the front from the back. So I'll open it up this way and tape in the rope casing for the front and also do the same thing for the back. So but before folding in the rope casing, I'm going to stitch the armhole at both sides. So I'm going to sew down the armhole. You can sew it down that way or you just use a bias to tape it down. So just fold mine in and stitch it. I'll repeat that for both the front and the back. Then I'll fold in the rope casing. So now after folding in the rope casing, I'm going to insert the rope already. I made a very long rope for this because I'm going to be tying it at the shoulder. So if you are not tying yours, you just make an exact rope of, I removed 5 inches earlier, so you just add 5 for the front, 5 for the back, that's 10 inches. So you just add 1 inch for joining allowance and you'll be making a rope of 11 inches. But for this, we'll be tying it at the shoulder. So after passing the rope in, you gather it to your desire, to how gathered you want it to be. For both front and the back, then you stitch it down to keep it in place. The next thing I did here is to measure out the length of my rope, where I want it to be tied. So for this, I used 5 inches. So I'm going to be tying it at that 5 inches. So I made a knot at the 5 inches. I'll do the same thing for the other side. 5 inches, then make a knot there too. So we are almost done. The next thing will be to stitch it at both sides using whatever you used as your sewing allowance. So for this, I'm just going to be stitching it by 1 inch. You can use half inch also. Then I'll tape the lower part. So that's it. I've done that. So that is it. We are done with making the top. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe. Bye.